Weather Authority meteorologist Janice Harris here. We need to talk about this serious weather event as it's approaching our area about 2 hours away right now. As we're looking at our exact track 4D radar, we have a time lapse of about 30 minutes. And if we take a look in the area near Tallahassee off of I-10, you can see there are already these magenta colored squares, and these are specifically the tornado warning alerts. You also have tornado watches. And if you look at the entire extent of this overall system, it goes north of Macon, Georgia, all the way south into the Gulf. So this is a very large squall line. You see the leading edge will initially have some light to moderate rain, and then the most intense portion of this system is on the back end, where we're seeing some of those tornado warnings and also seeing the thunderstorm watches in effect. As it gets closer to our area, places like Waycross, Georgia, Lake City, you can see that we have the tornado watch that's currently in effect for Columbia County. But it's not just Columbia County, it's all of our counties within this area, specifically I-10, I-75, and it's going to continue to expand itself as this system makes its way further east from the west into our viewing area. We also have the wind advisories that are in effect because this is a type of system that is going to have some very high winds and also heavy downpours, but it'll move quickly through. You see how narrow this system is for the squall line? You're probably going to experience in about 2 to 3 hours where initially you'll feel some light to moderate rain, and then it'll feel like an intense downpour. And that is exactly what's going to happen as this system maintains its current composition as it makes its way across the I-10, I-75 corridor, and then eventually making its way to the area of I-10, I-95. Take a look at these wind gusts, because this is a really important component of this system is the wind. Very strong winds coming from the south. And you can see right now as of 10 a.m. where they're clocking in between 25 and 30 miles per hour for the gusts, and they'll continue to intensify over the next couple of hours. Valdosta at 35 miles per hour, Keystone Heights, you're at 26, St. Augustine at 22, Palm Coast 26, Brunswick, you're at 33. These numbers will continue to increase as this system approaches closer as well. Now, as far as the thunderstorm overall, the possibility for the severe thunderstorms, we've been talking about this for the last 24 to 48 hours, and it is happening. I want to mention to you these icons that you see further out west of Tallahassee, closer to Panama City. These are actually indications of the possibility of tornadoes that could have potentially spawned out of this system earlier today. And so there is a very strong chance we'll experience the exact same thing here in our area as the system gets closer. Also, again, you can see it a little clearly, more clearly now without the other radar indications on it. These are those magenta pink boxes I was talking about. Those are tornado warnings that are currently in effect in the areas closer to Tallahassee. Now, Tallahassee is about 2 hours away from us as the system gets closer to us. But look at the broad spectrum of the severe thunderstorm possibility and the tornado possibility. Again, this is stretching as far north, way far north of Brunswick, Waycross, and Valdosta in Georgia, and far south all the way down to Daytona Beach, Gainesville. And there's also a severity concern through the other central and southern portion of Florida. So overall, the heavy downpours, though they will be quick as that system moves through, the gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour, and then straight line winds can actually be even stronger, faster than that. So keep that in mind. Hail is possible and tornadoes are also possible with this system. Again, taking a look at just how expanded this severe storm threat is going to be for us. Now, in addition to that, we're going to also take a look hour by hour what we can expect through futurecasts. So let's move through that right now. So by noon, the system has moved through Tallahassee. They'll still have some remnant rain, but then it'll be making its way through Valdosta, approaching the leading edge right here, approaching Lake City. So you can see that's going to be at around noon. You'll also feel the winds start to increase even more than where they are now. There'll be some light to moderate rain in areas like Lake City, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Fernandina Beach. But don't let this fool you, because you'll still have the bulk of this squall line that needs to make its way through around noon. Let's take a look. By 2 p.m., the system will have then moved through Lake City, Waycross, and Valdosta, making its way along I-10 and approaching the I-95 area. And we'll start to see the intensity of it around 2 p.m. from Brunswick, Fernandina Beach, down Jacksonville, Gainesville, St. Augustine. So it'll be closer into that I-95, I-10 corridor. Then by 4 p.m., we'll still have some rain on the back end of this system. Clouds will start to roll in areas like Valdosta, Waycross, Lake City, Gainesville. You'll have light to moderate rain, if that, and you'll start to see some cloud coverage on the back end. But then in the middle portion, right off the coast, Brunswick, Fernandina Beach, Jacksonville, St. Augustine, and I'm only mentioning these cities as indications just to give you a broad idea, but we still have multiple counties that will be impacted by this 4 p.m. That's when you'll begin to see the back end of the system. The strongest winds should have moved off by then. 6 p.m., according to Futurecast, this system should have moved off the coast for us at that point. Keep in mind, boaters, there's also a gale warning that's going to be in effect until the 10th. So this is what we're dealing with. Then by 6 p.m., you see you'll have some cloud coverage along the coast, further inland. Some of the clouds will start to have moved out. And then looking ahead to Wednesday, the low will be in the 40s. The high will be somewhere near the 60s. So we're going to get that cold front moving through. Temperatures will be much cooler. So this is what we're dealing with. Now, if you do receive an alert about a tornado warning, there's some things I just want you to keep in the back of your head. The interior room, a bathtub, a ditch, or laying flat, these are all things that you can do to find a safe place. Vehicles, mobile homes, that's not where you want to be if you get a tornado warning. But also make sure you download our Weather Authority app. We're going to keep you up to date on what you need to be mindful of as the system gets closer to our area. Again, just a quick recap, the system currently moving over the Tallahassee area where they have at least 3 tornado warning indications right now. One that's closer to the Albany, Georgia area, one near the Florida, Georgia, passing through Tallahassee just south of that as well, approaching the Perry area. So we'll continue monitoring this, keep you up to date. Download the Weather Authority app. Also tune in to news4jax.com, and we'll keep you up to date as the system makes its way to our area. Stay safe.